Week it's going to be much milder than last week with temperatures closer to average, limited amounts of frost. It will be blustery at times though. We'll also see some rain at times. I'll have all the details coming up. Good morning to you too. They have calmed down in that we're not expecting snow, and we could see some in the mountains of Scotland tonight and into tomorrow, but it's going to be much milder this week than last week. Limited amounts of frost. It will be blustery at times, and we'll also see some rain at times. Now, we've had some rain moving across us through the course of the night. Most of that's now in the North Sea, but we've got a weather front which is curling around the north of Scotland. So here we've got heavier, more persistent rain, and it's accompanied by strong to gale force winds that will slowly ease later on in the day. But some of us are starting off with some bright skies, some sunshine, but through the day once again we'll see showers or showery bands of rain moving across many areas. Noticeably breezy today, but also much milder. Now, yesterday in the east, temperatures got up to about 6 degrees, but today all of us are going to be more or less in double figures, so you'll notice the difference. Through this evening and overnight, we've got both these weather fronts coming our way. The low pressure pulls away to the north, so overnight we'll start to see some rain coming in from the west. These are our temperatures. 2 in Aberdeen to about 6 to 8 as we push down towards Cardiff and also Plymouth. So we start the day with some mountain snow in Scotland, and we've got our 2 weather fronts still very much with us. Eventually, it looks very much like they're going to merge as they push northwards and eastwards. It will brighten up with a few showers in Northern Ireland, but here later a northwesterly wind is going to develop, and these are our temperatures up to 11. Sal and John.
Carol, thank you very much for seeing.
Much milder. Sal is absolutely right than it was last week. Good morning, everybody. It's mild today as well to start with, and it's also wet for some of us and blustery, but some of us this morning are starting off with some sunshine. Now you can see the temperature here as represented by the yellows, even the oranges, that not only has it started on a milder note, but through the day it's going to be milder everywhere. We've had a weather front pushing across us through the night, but note the curl around this area of low pressure. In the north of Scotland, we still have some persistent rain and also strong to gale force winds. Now, the strong winds will ease a touch through the day across the north of Scotland, but the gales continuing across the Northern Isles. Through the day too, we'll see a bit more cloud develop, introducing some showers or some showery rain almost anywhere, and there will be a noticeable breeze. So these are our temperatures, 8 to about 12 degrees. Yesterday in parts of the east, the top temperature was 6 degrees, but now the milder air has crossed us all. But the temperature is going to be up and down a little bit as we go through the week. Now, through this evening and overnight, the low pressure moves away. We've got 2 weather fronts coming in. They are also going to be introducing some rain, and that will be with us as we go through the course of tomorrow. So the temperatures overnight, you can expect this kind of level, 3 to about 8 degrees. Cooler in Scotland, so as the rain does move northwards and bumps into this colder air, it's likely to turn to snow in the mountains. So a wetter day, quite cloudy, quite dull for many. It should brighten up later in Northern Ireland with just a few showers, but then we see this keen northwesterly wind start to develop. Temperature-wise tomorrow, we're looking at 4 to about 11 degrees, so cooler air coming into the north, but still mild as we push further south. Then as we move through Tuesday into Wednesday, a set of fronts clears us, a ridge of high pressure builds across, things will settle down, but it'll be cooler for a time before the next clutch of fronts come our way. They will introduce some rain, but also some higher temperatures. So on Wednesday, a cooler start to the day. Again, we're looking at a lot of dry weather, some sunshine. As this weather front approaches, it's going to introduce thicker cloud ahead of it, and then strengthening winds and some rain coming in from the west. Temperatures looking at 4 in Aberdeen to about 10 in Plymouth. Those weather fronts move from the west towards the east during the course of Wednesday into Thursday. Then you can see the next area of low pressure coming our way into southern areas during the course of Thursday. That will bring in some rain, and once again with it, the temperature will start to rise once again. And elsewhere, we're looking at temperatures between about 7 and 10 degrees. So as we go through this week, the temperature is going to be up and down, but it's going to be milder than last week. Temperatures will be around average, just above or just below. We'll have limited frost, and as we've just seen, it will be wet at times. Sal and John.
Not perhaps so good as I was suggesting then, Carol. I will not attempt that again.
The temperatures are much better. Most people will be pleased about that.
Let's stop there.
That's definitely true. Carol, thank you very much.